I'll buy the taste of free. That episode started.
Okay, perfect.
Did now.
Yeah, keep it in. Keep it all in.
Slurping down chili dogs.
Sucking down chili dogs. Sucking on them.
I know,
Sucking on them.
I
But
know.
you're slurping them?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I'm
more of a
slurping 'em.
slurper?
Sucking down chili dogs. I'll buy the taste of freeze. I'll do it for $50 or maybe 25 if I'm desperate.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah.
Life goes on. Yeah. Great song.
Yeah, it's up there. It's yeah.
Long
an
after
all-time.
the thrill of... I mean,
Let it
if you
rock.
listen to the words of that song,
What?
it sounds like these chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze might not be chili dogs.
No, they are chili dogs, Matthew. They go out. Okay, so they go and get these chili dogs, and then
It's a little ditty about Jack and
It's a little ditty
Diane.
about Jack and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jackie gonna be a football star. Diane sitting on Jackie's lap. No, those aren't the words. But after the Tasty Freeze, Diane sitting on Jackie's lap, got his hands between his knees. Jackie said, "Hey Diane, let's run up to." No, that's not it. There's a part though where he's like, "Dribble off those." Oh no, he's like, "Hey there, Diane, let's run off, find a shady tree, dribble off those Bible blues and do what I please." So there is something like, "Hey Diane, after we finish these hot dogs, how will we go? Fool around or whatever." But that's the whole,
You don't get it.
Yeah, I do get it actually, Matthew.
You don't understand.
Life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. I actually do get that, Matthew. I actually really get that,
and that's
man.
why I know for a fact that you're sucking on chili dogs
I'm
now by
not
the Tasty
sucking
Freeze.
on chili dogs.
Because you got nothing to live for.
No, I think that's the part of their life that's still exciting.
No, that's
It's
why
the-
he says, I'll do it for 50 or maybe 25.
No, see
if I'm
that?
desperate."
Okay, well, we're talking about different versions of the
Yeah,
song.
yeah, you've never heard. You've only heard the radio version.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he
Censored.
sings it live. Yeah.
Speaking of music, guess what? It happened. I saw it.
Dylan,
Yeah, I saw Dylan.
what'd you think?
It was amazing. Here are my takeaways. Here's what I have to
All
tell
right.
you.
Was
So
my thought process correct about like what I said? Like he does.
I don't
a good,
recall what you said. Give me a
He
reminder.
does a good Dylan. Like if you, he sings it well like Dylan. Like if you hate Dylan's voice, you're gonna hate
Timmy's.
Timmy C's voice
I don't
as
know.
Dylan.
I mean, he definitely puts his own spin on it, which is great.
Yeah, but it was the same kind of. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I've
mean,
been
it's still
told.
got
I haven't
that
seen it.
Raspy, but I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but in
Okay.
some instances, probably. Anywho, so first and foremost, this movie, A Complete Unknown, dives headfirst into every biopic cliche that there is. What I mean
Weren't we
is,
just talking about that with something.
I'm sure. I feel like I bring it up all the time.
Oh yeah, Oceans, the new Oceans, not biopic cliche.
Oh,
but
cliche. We were just talking
yeah,
about
that's
cliche,
why.
you know.
Sorry.
Right. So
It dives headfirst in every biopic.
every
cliche.
biopic cliche. For example, the biopic that I always talk about is Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs movie, because that whole movie is like, hey, sorry, I didn't catch your name. Oh, it's Gates, Billy Gates, or whatever, shit like that. This Complete Unknown does that so many times, but I love it. I love it so much.
Like who's the run-in? Like
It's like his road manager. They literally do that. It's like, hey, they're in an elevator together, and Timothy and Bob Dylan's already like famous, and he's like in this elevator getting out of the party, and he's like, man, I just wish they'd let me be what I wish they just let me be. And this guy's like leaning against the other wall of the elevator. And he's like, be what? And Bob Dylan's like, be what they don't want me to be. And then they get off the elevator, and he's like, hey, I didn't catch your name. He's like, oh, it's Pete something or whatever. And then that's how they start hanging out. But so it does fall into every biopic cliche, but it's still a great movie. And the cliches that it does, that doesn't take away from it for me, because as stated, as one of maybe 9 fans of the Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs movie,
I like that movie.
that kind of thing I like.
I like
a
The
lot.
Social Network.
Yeah, that's a
What's
great
the
one.
other
too.
Apple movie?
I think that one is called Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender, because
And
the
the other
Kutcher
one's
one is just called Jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
Tim,
how many orange juice boxes? How many juice boxes?
oh wow, throwing it back.
Yep. How many juice boxes?
8.
8 juice boxes.
Yeah, I give it 8 juice
Is
boxes.
that a
Easy.
high juice box
It's
score?
it's good for sure.
Okay.
It's definitely a good flick.
All
Maybe I'd give it 8.5
Ooh.
if I'm adding like my bias to it.
Okay.
But I'd say it's a solid.
Well,
8.
you're allowed, when you're ranking a movie, you can add your. It's your.
All right, I'll
ranking.
give it 8.5 then. I'll
All
give it 8.5 juice boxes out of 10. God, Timmy, I wish he'd won so bad. He's so good in it.
Yeah, I don't. Did you see the video with him and the Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner.
Which
What?
one's he dating?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they were at like a tennis match. I didn't like it.
I didn't see it.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to find it and show you.
Okay. They're sitting in the crowd at a tennis match.
Yeah, Timothy Kylie. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is them in the crowd at a tennis match. Just you could even restart. I gotta be able to see it because I gotta narrate it a little bit. You can even restart it a little bit. You can even bring it back to here. I only watched like the first 5 seconds originally, but if you'll see, they're sitting here, and then she is doing like a thing, and he's just like, "Babe, I'm trying to watch tennis here."
Yeah. Yeah.
But she's like, "No, there's paparazzi. We gotta do the thing." And then he gives her a little smile, takes a sip. She throws the glasses back on, and I haven't got this far yet. I
don't like that. She's rubbing all up on him, folks.
Yeah,
She's rubbing all up on him.
Timothy Chalamet's just trying to be a guy. See, look, he's just trying to be a guy watching. I think it's tennis. Does it say they're at a tennis match? What's it say? At Indian Wells. Maybe that's tennis.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's what I just hope that I just hope that they.
I would like him to remove himself. Public statement. I would like him to remove himself from that situation.
Look, first and foremost, here's the thing.
As long as he's happy.
I would feel the same way, but I trust Tim because you got to be careful.
He's
like,
the least on Al Gaib.
listen, because he's the least on Al Gaib.
Dude, there's a chance that he's doing this because he thinks it'll help him take over the world. Because he does that in Dune. Leaves his girl for the Emperor's daughter.
It's a lot more complicated than that.
Well, I mean, not really.
It's a political marriage.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that is yours. Sorry.
Yeah. Fucking stop touching my stuff.
As long as everybody's happy.
So that's my only complaint with Timmy C at the moment is.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe they're great together. I hated that video.
Yeah, it's bad news.
I hated all of it.
You got to be careful about that.
To me, it looked like he wasn't necessarily happy about it either.
Yeah.
And that's my own opinion. Maybe he just doesn't smile.
Oh, he smiles.
In Wonka,
kind
he
of.
Smiles.
Kind
of
smiles. Yeah.
He sings a lot.
He can do it all.
I like that movie.
Again, he sings all the songs live in Dylan. He plays the harmonica and all that stuff. There are 2. There you go. Pretty good.
That was my harmonica.
Guess where he pulled that one out of.
Yeah.
But there's 2 songs that he sings that I think I like better. His version better than the Bob Dylan version.
I don't even. What's a Dylan song? I don't know if I can name one. If you said gun to your head, what's a Bob Dylan song?
Yeah. You know that one? It's like, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in. What about the times they are a change?
I know the time. But again, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
And I only know the times they are a changin'.
Yeah, which is a Bob Dylan song.
That,
like a Rolling Stone. How does it feel to be on your own?
Like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, don't know it.
It's a good. It's a good song, but he does a lot of them on there. It was a cool movie, though. I'm glad. We got
Dylan. Bob Dylan. Bobby D.
Yep.
Like a Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Yeah, he is I believe the original version of that song.
I know that one. Knock, knock, knock. That one. The times they are a changin'. I like that. That's what the song's called too.
Yeah.
The times they are a changin'.
Yeah. You gotta have that in there.
That's all I know, though. I think
that's pretty good.
Let's look.
Some of his other. I mean, he's got some weird ones in there too.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got no Dylan insight.
It's all right. I hope you watch this movie though. I can't.
Maybe I will one day
if
when
you do,
it's like
because
free.
I'm interested to see about your thoughts on it. Oh yeah, I bought it on Amazon because I was like, know I'm gonna want to watch this again.
Okay.
And we got a new TV, 4K, brother. So I rented this thing.
What have you been watching on?
1080.
I got
1080p.
4Ks up and down.
I know
My whole
4K's
lineup's
been
4K.
around, okay, but we
I
don't
got
all have-
8Ks, brother. I have 8Ks
Where?
in my living room. I got an 8K.
You got an 8K?
Dude, it's like $600 for an 8K.
That's a lot of money.
70-inch 8K?
70 inches? Holy
I
shit.
need more. I'm thinking about moving into the 80 to 90 space. I really am.
What?
Yeah.
TV size?
Yes.
That's insane. My friend had a 70 growing up. Now, 70s back then were a little different than 70s are now.
Because gloves in his basement.
Yeah, gloves had the
Yeah.
70.
No, I'm familiar.
And, yeah, definitely a different. I mean,
Well,
that
that
thing was
was like
a
a-
piece of furniture.
That was like the box, the whole
It was
thing.
more-
the speakers were on the bottom.
Yeah, it was definitely
It
more
was the whole box
boxy.
thing.
But there was a time where you could only get flat screens. You couldn't get them that big.
I want to get.
And it looked very distorted and strange.
I
Biggest TV I
I want to get. Yeah. Well, dude, what I really want to get is one of those panel TVs where you just install the panels and they all click together,
Oh, that's cool.
and then you could just do like wall size
As
TV.
big as
But
you
those
want.
are like $15,000.
15,000.
Yeah, to get
Holy
like a
shit.
full wall. Because that's what I'm talking. I want to be. Here's the thing. You know what the difference is? You don't watch a lot of sports,
Yeah.
and that's not like a bad thing. Like I could watch a movie on pretty much any
1080.
TV.
You watch a movie on.
I could watch a movie on pretty much any size TV,
Right.
like 34 and up. 34 and up is you can watch a movie on.
Mhm.
But when you're watching sports,
Yeah.
you gotta have.
When you're watching the ball game, when you're having
When
everybody
you
over.
if you sit there and claim that you know ball of any sorts, you
Mhm.
gotta have the right TV setup. Again, another thing that grinds my gears with TV sets up with this I know people don't know ball when their TVs are up high.
Okay.
If you got a high TV, you don't watch ball. Because if you're locking in to watch ball, you want that TV there.
Uh-huh.
Like when you're sitting on your couch, you don't want to be like this.
True.
This is
True
look
that.
Look at that. I'd be at the chiropractor every other week
Mm-hmm.
with an angle like that. You got to have your TV, a little bit above. You don't want the thing on the ground. You don't want to look homeless,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to have it.
Eye level.
Yeah.
Not too high.
Yeah, you
Not
don't
too
want
high,
to.
not
You don't
too
want to
low.
have. You don't want to have to look up at your TV if
You
you're
wanna
going to sit
be-
there and
yeah.
grind tape.
You want to be a
You're gonna
straight
grind
90.
tape.
You don't want to be at 135. You don't want to be at 45.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say a straight nine. A comfortable position though. If you're straining, you're not going to be grinding tape. You're not going to be watching ball. You don't know ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have
Yeah.
more of a
So
controlled
I'm gonna
environment. than that.
I'm gonna try to. I would look it up
But
right
I,
now, but I'd get distracted. But
I did play 2K
So-
on it a little bit, and that was a
it was
very
fun. So you're.
kind of the first time that happened. I was like, "Holy shit!"
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I got an 8K. I was just.
I
yeah.
think I think 8Ks are coming out now.
No, 8Ks are out. That's why I think I
Okay.
might have an 8K, but I very well may just have a 4.
I don't know because this 4K TV. I mean, we just got it, but it is like years old. It's at least like 3 years old or something.
But it was new.
No,
You got a used TV. Where do you get a used TV?
our parents were using it.
Oh, our parents?
Yeah.
They were just dishing TVs. Didn't ask me. I need a new
Well,
one.
this
too.
was back. There was a. Do you remember when they moved into their new house and they got like a bunch of new TVs because they all wanted the same kind of TV?
Yeah.
So they got rid of a bunch of them. This is one of those ones.
Is it the one from the basement at the old house
I don't.
with the wand?
No, that's in there. That's in the green room.
No, that's got a remote. No,
Yeah,
the
but
living room at the old house with the wand, with the big old.
I
The
don't really
remote.
remember that.
The remote is like.
I'm pretty sure if you check in there, that's the one you're thinking of because you can hold that.
that
remote.
was the basement TV.
Yeah.
No, the one in there was the basement TV. That
Yeah.
was the old basement TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of hand-me-downs.
A lot of hand-me-downs, baby. That's all right. That's the way we do it. Oh, speaking of paying a bunch of cash for something. Okay.
You had a couple chili dogs on.
I had a couple chili dog. Now the other day I was having sucking down a couple chili dogs down by the Tasty Freeze, and I saw this thing that there's a company in Berlin. So,
I
but
trust them.
But it's called Tomorrow Bio, and what they're working on right now is I guess they've completed this thing, but you can pay them $200,000 to be cryogenically frozen upon your death for the chance that
They figure out a way.
figured out a way to heal you or bring you back to life. A one-time fee of 200,000
is not that bad. Here's the thing, though. At what point? I wouldn't want to come alive just to die again, though. Like, I don't want to be the
Hell
first
yeah,
one
brother.
they open
they
up.
defrost.
Yeah.
Well, then I mean, they would only defrost you theoretically if they had a solution to whatever your problem
And
was.
how many years go by?
I mean, that's
Like, if it was like,
who
if it
knows?
was like I died and then 10 years later they figure it out, like, okay, I'd probably be
that's
down.
just a nap. That's a long nap, brother. I've slept for 10 years before.
And there's probably some people around that you know.
yeah, that's true. Like,
You know what I mean? But if it's like
your
200
mom's still
years,
alive. Yeah.
you just
But then you get to
like your kid. Like if you're old, like if you're like older, if like you're like 80, but you got like a 40-year-old son 10 years, and they got grandkids, and 10 years go by, like then you could still like pick it up. Like, dude, but that would be. There's a lot of things that would be very weird about that.
Sure.
Like, yeah, I don't. No, I changed my mind. I'm against it.
Okay.
I think when you die, you gotta stay.
When you gotta go, you
Dead.
gotta go.
Yeah. So
I think I might give it a shot.
have you? So here's what I would like to do. I need one of those don't kill cats people, those online sleuthers,
Yeah.
or NCIS, somebody in that realm.
Yeah, one or the other.
Timothy McGee or a internet sleuther to start tracking
Just
down where they got the funding for this project, because I would have to assume, given that it's based in Germany,
Mhm.
that the money is coming from Walt Disney Corp.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, that's the most famously cryogenically frozen man of all time.
and there's also obviously he has a pretty strong ties back to Germany.
Back to the motherland, yeah.
Yeah, in the 30s and 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of just adds up
Sorry.
to me there.
Yeah.
So I would like that proven. If somebody can,
Couple of shell corporations and that sort of thing, track them down.
that's what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Find the shell, exactly.
Find
That
guys,
Andy, find the shell corp, follow where the money got wired from, track down some fake business fronts
Yep.
like ZZZ accountants in the middle
That's
of
a good
nowhere.
one. Yep.
You know, and find that building and like
Their
it's
office is a P.O. box in
Yeah.
Delaware. I mean, yeah, shell corporations.
Find a shell.
If you find a shell
Dude,
corporation,
Should we?
your life's changed.
Yeah, should we start one?
A shell corporation?
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, we already have.
But should we start a shell for our shell? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Should
absolutely.
we start protecting?
You
ourselves?
have to. The thing about shells is they stack on top of each other. If you've ever been to an ocean, you'll see stacks
We have
of
a
shells.
shell.
If you see, yeah, you'll have certain shells.
So we have a shell.
We have a shell, and then you stack them up, and that's how business works. I don't know much about business, as
we
last
talked
week's
about
know,
this last week. You know
but
nothing
that
about
I know.
business.
But shell corporations, I do understand. Because again, if you've ever been to an ocean, you see a bunch of shells stacked up. That's shell corporations. That's where they get the name from.
I'm in to start more shells.
Yeah, you got to start more shells, dude. How many shells you got? I got about 8 shell corps that
I
I'm
got
running right
Not
now.
enough.
I got about 8
I don't
shells.
think we got a shell.
I got about 8 shells.
I
Well,
don't
that's it. Well, good, because that's the thing about a shell corporation. You don't want people to think it's a shell corporation.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Now you're piecing it together. We haven't been recording a single episode. This is number
I could just come here every Wednesday just to.
hang
Yeah.
out, just to see, you know.
If that was true, I'd be very upset.
These are just for my own personal records. Folks, if you're like me, you got a lot of stuff on your plate, okay? And the last thing that you want to do is spend time in the grocery store, filling up your cart, wandering through those aisles. Oh, where's the peanut butter? Where's the Oreos? Where's all this other stuff? And oh my God! And then the other people at the grocery store. Nobody looks each other in the eyes. Everybody's running into each other with their carts. It's the worst. The good news is you can avoid all of that when you use Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. But the best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Start making things easier on yourself. Start getting things delivered. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. Make things easier on yourself and use Instacart today. Listen, we've all been seeing how hard you've been working lately, all right? You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, all right? And we think that it's time maybe you do something a little nice just for you, okay? And perhaps a great place to start is to check out snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com for all the top-notch quality merch that is going to make you look good and make you feel good. And we got all kinds of stuff there, not just the Tri-Blend t-shirts, which are incredible, long sleeves and hoodies and all that, but we've got bucket hats, baseball hats, slides, notebooks, pint glasses, mugs, whatever it is you need. Top quality, by the way, okay? Not the, the brands that you get from other shows or organizations and that like feel chintzy, for lack of a better word, or they're stale and they don't fit right and they shrink in the wash. None of that, okay? But don't take my word for it. Check it all out yourself by hitting the link in this episode description or going and taking a look at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching tens of thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Podcasting it's here to stay as far as a pillar of entertainment and media. You've got things like television and radio that are a little more traditional, but those aren't places that advertisers, I think, are getting as much bang for their buck as they used to, which is why you see companies like McDonald's and State Farm and Nissan and massive companies that are doing ads on the Super Bowl and things like this. Just these massive companies with these massive ad budgets. They're all moving into the podcasting space, and there's a lot of good reasons for that. And it's cool to see companies of that size move away from that, kind of legacy media into something a little new, a little more relevant. The problem is it hasn't really left any room for smaller or even local businesses to get in on that action to see what podcast advertising is really about and how it can benefit a business. But that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits of podcast advertising, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. I've actually started on the topic of
Shell Corps?
No, of cryo freezing. I haven't talked about it in a long time, but I have like serious sleep problems.
Yeah.
But lately what I've been doing is when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll pretend that I'm being cryogenically frozen, and that'll help me fall back to sleep. Have you ever tried anything like that?
That's fucking weird.
I know, but the reason I know there's this, I've heard of people like pretending that they are, and I know this is going to sound weird to you too.
Dying?
No, but pretending that they're like a sniper, because when you're a sniper, you got to have like the breath control.
Your breathing,
so I've heard people be like pretend to be snipers and focus on their breath, and then they fall right asleep. So I just lay like, I kind of sleep like Dracula.
You sleep on your back?
I sleep on my back.
See, that's why you get
like
sleep paralysis.
I haven't had sleep paralysis in a straight since I went hand to hand with the Hat Man. He has literally, since I fought the Hat Man, I have not had sleep paralysis in like 2 years or whatever that was that Greatest Showdown went over, which is also like very weird. Because I'm kind of like the Hat Man. That doesn't make any sense. But in my sleep paralysis state, I did have a physical altercation with a Hat Man looking thing.
Did you kick his ass?
Yeah, I beat the shit out of him. It was cool because the way this hallucination worked was
we'll call it a dream.
Yeah, a dream. But it feels different, so hallucination. The way that it worked was it was like a basically like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, or like a Street Fighter thing where I had to like fight a bunch of different guys, and then eventually I fought the Hat Man.
Boss level.
Boss battle, yeah. There were only like 3 rounds or something before I got to the Hat Man. But
that's nothing.
Yeah, that's that's easy.
So you've been pretending that you're cryo chamberly frozen.
Yeah, just a little sleep trick for anybody out there.
That seems odd.
Yeah, but you know
You ever
what?
tried
You get
counting down
desperate.
from 450 specifically?
No, not specifically.
Try that.
Okay. 450, 449,
Oh, I had a dream conversation with somebody the other day.
Mm-hmm.
When you are initially trying to fall asleep, like, because that sounds like you do that if you've woken up from sleep.
Yeah, I usually do that when I wake up.
When you are initially falling asleep, is there something that you think of in your head, like you imagine yourself doing?
That would be my cryo sleep. But
Or like, is there something like, okay, like what do you try to make yourself think about when you're falling asleep? This is not. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I kind of am, but not in like
Okay.
to help. I'm just curious.
stage
'Cause I have a
one,
theory.
stage one is I just in, out. Like I repeat
Yep,
that in my
yep,
head
yep,
along with my
okay.
breathing.
So-
Step two is when I start getting desperate and angry, is cryo sleep.
Okay.
Stage 4, I
You
wake
skip
up.
3.
Yeah, because you don't want to. Because you don't want to hear about stage 3.
Yeah.
Stage 4, I wake up. I walk around the house aimlessly, pulling my hair out, and then I sit down and I try to work on something, or I just look at all my comic books. That's stage 4. Stage 5 is bulimia.
I don't even know what that is.
It's when you throw up to
Oh.
lose weight.
That would be my stage 1.
Yeah. Or as some people call it, stage 1.
But I was having this conversation with the other day because there was a guy I know was talking to his wife about, like, he was for whatever reason explaining to his wife like what he thinks about before he goes to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife was like, "That's super weird. Like, I just go to sleep." And I think it's more of a guy thing. But I guess Emily, you can chime in on this too. Like, I think a lot of guys, apparently not you, but you should try this. Like, think of themselves, like, when they close their eyes, they, like, picture themselves doing something, like, that they've done
Like what?
a lot. And they're like, my thing was always, I would picture myself in, like, a hockey game that I'd
Yeah.
already played, like, from first person. And then,
That's
like,
cool.
it's like, you know, you don't remember everything. You kind of are making it up as you go, but you remember, like, the highlights. And it's like, that's, because since you already kind of know it, your brain then kind of carries the story on for you, and so like it stops your like other thoughts from happening,
Mhm.
but then you at a certain point like can start to fall asleep because you don't have to like focus on thinking about it anymore. Your brain just doing it, and then go to sleep. Boom. And I think that's a guy thing that guys will focus on, like will like imagine themselves doing something that they've done a lot in their lives, or like something that they can do that's
Sure.
second nature, and then it just wipes away other thoughts. Step 1 is always
Bulimia.
no.
Oh.
Step 1 is always put on a movie I've already watched.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work for you though, because you're a movie guy.
Yeah. I have a real hard time not watching a
And then
movie.
step 2 happens when my girlfriend tells me it's too loud,
Yeah.
because then I have to come up with an alternate solution.
You know what I do is, because especially my wife usually falls asleep before I do. I guess it depends, but if I'm like still up reading or like moving around, I have a ceiling fan and I've got the fan by my bed, so I hit both of those on, and I feel like it disrupts any noise.
Yep.
You know.
That's helpful.
That's a move.
Fans are helpful. That's just white noise. You should get a white noise machine.
See, I've thought about
I can do
that,
some
but
recordings for you that you can play over and over again. See?
oh, sorry, I was
Puts
so
you- puts you
relaxed.
right to sleep.
I was so relaxed. Took me back to my days in the Amazon, the Amazonian jungle, the howler.
That
monkeys.
was a pretty good, yeah. That was a pretty good bird. I was thinking bird, but
Oh, sure.
I was
Something.
actually thinking pterodactyl.
a pterodactyl laying an egg. A pterodactyl that's actively
fine.
giving birth. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what they got big wings, so they don't flap. There's not that much flapping. You know what I mean? They
I wonder
flap
how often.
slow.
Is that like a thing with birds? The bigger the wings, the less you have to flap because you can glide more on them.
Yeah, think about like how a hummingbird they
because
flap their wings so fast you can't even like see it.
Because they got little baby
because
wings.
it's so tiny. That's interesting.
You think of like big birds,
Right, they glide all
like
the time.
ospreys.
Yeah, that was my
When they get
first thought as
started.
well.
And then they're
I
off.
mean, that's got to be one of the best feelings in the fucking world
Yeah,
is
just-
take off.
yeah. I try every once in a while. I practice.
You have to.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
yeah.
Speaking of flying and stuff, did you see? This was like maybe a couple weeks ago now. Even that plane that landed upside down.
Yeah.
So that was a Delta flight, I think,
Okay.
and they are offering. Oh wait, I have the number written down actually. They're offering a settlement to the passengers on that plane of $30,000. $30,000 if you go upside down. So let me ask you: are you taking that?
I fly way too much to.
Sure, but let's.
No, I'd push back.
Because I feel like you could get a lot more than
Yeah, I
30
feel like you
grand.
should get more than 30.
And I know they're sending that number out because there's what? I mean,
200 people on the plane.
Right. Which so that's a lot of cash, but still,
Not
that's
that
a
much.
fucking. Well, I have to imagine. Maybe you're right. I guess it's not that much, huh? I was thinking it was way more, but that's
Not
my,
$6 million. I mean that.
Oh, they got that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They got
like, it's
that.
not that much money.
Yeah, I'd try to get at least half a mil, but I don't know how much.
Yeah.
Some of it I think depends on like I don't know how much of the 30
I
grand
don't really
settlement
think-
like a person actually gets, how that's distributed.
I think you get 30. I don't know.
I have no idea. So
Yeah,
that
Well,
was
I think
like-
that's a.
Do you have to pay taxes
that's a question.
on like a settlement?
That's a good question.
I bet you
I feel like
the
you
company that
must.
pays the settlement probably. I don't know.
But if they have to pay
Google
tax,
it.
but if that money gets taxed,
Like
you're not
that
getting
all.
the full
Yeah.
amount. Yeah. On settlements.
Settlement.
This is a good question. This is just good information for life.
And this happened that was in Canada, right? I think it was at the Toronto airport.
Oh yeah, it was. That's right. It was in Toronto. Toronto. What you got, Matthew?
So
Anything?
I think it depends on the state. In
Oh,
California, so you don't. It doesn't get taxed, like when you get it.
Yeah.
But like in California, at least, it's considered taxable income, so you do have to
Damn, son.
put it on your tax return. So it will get slapped with taxes. It sounds like. What type?
That's interesting.
Oh, but generally, a substantial payout for pain and suffering, losses, and damage will not be taxed. Punitive damages, however, can be taxed. So I think it depends on the settlement.
Okay. That's cool though. Cuz yeah, can you imagine
Settlement money and damages collected from a lawsuit are considered income, which means the IRS will generally consider the money taxable. However, personal injury settlements are an exception.
Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty wow. So if you get injured personally,
No taxes on your settlement.
you're looking pretty good.
Dude, honestly, if you're a... We should talk to our shell corps about this. If you're a big corporation, it's kind of just a tax write-off to have to pay out a settlement.
Do you think that would work?
Yeah, if it's not getting taxed. If it's an injury settlement, it's not getting taxed. That's a write-off, baby. Write that shit off all day, twice on Sunday.
Huh.
I don't know how tax write-offs work, but I'm assuming
Just write it off.
write
brother.
it off, dude. I'd write it all off. There's one thing you got to know about business, Andy. Just start writing shit off.
Shell corporations, writing things off. I can't believe what a business podcast has become. This is why I should have known when I put the quarter zip on today.
I'm a mogul personally. I'm trying to get you there, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you still don't understand the whole hire people to do business and it's just your business.
I get that.
You don't, because it goes back to
I
the
get-
restaurant conversation,
Right.
which I still think you start a restaurant.
I don't know.
I've been spreading the word around town that you are starting a restaurant,
Okay, good.
so
Good.
people are going to expect a restaurant
People are going to
sooner
start
rather than later.
People are going to start coming up to me on the street and handing me blazers and V-neck T-shirts. Like, yeah, why don't you put that on? It's like a restaurant tour.
No, I got it.
That's
It
what I
wasn't a
think.
good joke, but
I think that's pretty funny. That was actually the Instagram caption that I used today for when Emily clipped that. Talking about the restaurant last week. But I wanted to try it on here to see if it would get you to laugh, and
No.
unfortunately,
I'm glad I didn't see it.
it
on
wasn't even
Instagram,
close.
Because I would
God damn
have
it.
clicked the unfollow.
Listen,
button.
it's a numbers game, man. Shooters shoot. Okay. What was the other thing I was about to bring up to you? Planes going. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, listen, I hate to bring up this old wound, but the first full-length trailer for the live-action Lilo and Stitch has dropped. And I think it looks pretty good. Because it looks like they... What?
No, I told you they did the Super Bowl commercial, and I was then on board with live-action Stitch.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Because he was running around the field all spazzy. I liked it.
Well, Stitch, obviously, I'm on board with, but now this movie, I'm not sure that I am. Here's the thing that I like from the trailer. It looks like they are... It's not going to be like a beat-by-beat remake. Like, it looks like they're adding... Like, there were some gags, some jokes, some things that they had Stitch doing in the trailer that are not in the original movie, and I'm like,
but
that's
how
funny,
the
and it
original
feels authentic
Stitch
to
trailer
Stitch.
was, though. When Stitch came out, Stitch was doing all sorts of
This
shit
is
on the internet.
This is different, though. Yeah, because these are still clips from the movie, whereas that was more like Stitch. That was different. That was more like promoting the marketing tool of like promoting this character as opposed to promoting this story in this movie, which is what's happening now. Here's the problem. You know,
Lilo is bad Lilo?
No, I think Lilo's going to be really
What
good.
about the mom?
The sister?
Sister.
I think she'll probably be fine.
Okay.
Certainly acceptable.
Well,
the
casted?
guy? Maybe. It's hard to say. She's not in the trailer.
What
no.
about the other aliens? How do they live action
Matthew,
those?
this is what I was about to
Okay.
bring up to you. So let me get the names right on here. So Jumba, I think his name is
Yeah.
the big guy who invents Stitch, and then Pleakley is the skinny, one-eyed alien. So Zach Galifianakis is playing Jumba, and this other guy who you would recognize, Billy Magnuson. I don't know how you say it, but he's playing Pleakley. Here's the deal.
Good Lilo.
They're not fully like mocapping or CGIing Jumba and Pleakley. They're doing a thing where it's like they have some kind of tech that will make them look human to blend in. So it's just Zach Galifianakis and the guy. They're acting as those characters.
Billy
Magnuson.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
like that guy, though.
Yeah, he's great.
And he kind of looks he's got a little Pleakley to
An
him.
interesting choice for Pleakley. Will definitely nail the role. Because obviously if you're going to post like a straight Pleakley, you probably wouldn't have him be as muscular as that guy. But that guy is really funny and a good actor. So he'll do a
Zach
great job.
Galifianakis does not look like he's doing well.
I don't know about that. You can't judge them by those pictures, dude. They pick. Where do they? Nobody knows where they get these pictures from. Who knows when that picture's even? That could be from 2014.
The grandma's well casted. Tutu.
The grandma.
Yeah, Amy Hill. Tutu.
I don't remember her in the original one.
I don't like the guy that's playing David. I'll tell you that already.
That's the other thing is unfortunately,
Cobra Bubbles is great.
I mean that's like an all-time character, I would say. But the guy who's playing David, he's not
Ooh.
handsome enough.
The Grand Councilwoman. Did you see who's playing her?
No.
Hannah Waddingham
Hannah Waddingham.
from. Andy, come on.
I can't see her. Oh, from Ted Lasso.
Yeah, from Ted Lasso.
Wow, what an
That's
excellent.
That's a great.
And they didn't show that character full on in the trailer, but what they did show of her, they just showed like the back of her head, maybe her profile. She's gonna look perfect.
So
Though.
I thought there was other aliens though in the original Stitch, but there's.
Oh
looks
no,
like there's-
dude, you're thinking of the Lilo and Stitch Disney Channel show. That was the follow up to the
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
Where the premise of that show is that there's been, because Stitch is experiment number 626.
Yeah, so the
there's been
rest of them-
600.
Yeah.
65.
Oh,
625
625. Yeah.
other experiments, and that's the plot of Lilo and Stitch. You know what I forgot about Stitch, though? Is this whole thing is like he doesn't like water. And that's why it's such a problem that he lands in Hawaii. 'cause
Yeah, but
it's
then they get him
surrounded
surfing.
Then they
he
get him
does
surfing.
like water.
Yeah, dude. Once you start riding that Hawaiian roller coaster,
Oh,
ride,
fucking
there's
bunga,
no,
brother.
there's no getting off, son.
Hey, brother.
There is like the bounty hunter alien
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
See?
and like the councilwoman who comes to like take Stitch
The
away.
Which is
councilwoman
gonna
will
be-
be in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's been seen. Yeah, Captain Bantu,
Yeah.
I think is his name, and I didn't see him listed in the
Gantu.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, the big. That's who the big like muscular alien. That's who
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's a huge part of the original one, so
Jumba.
hopefully he's in there. But in the animated movie, Cobra Bubbles and Gantu are played by the same guy.
Courtney V. Vance is playing Cobra
Bubbles
Bubbles.
this time around. He'll be good. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's upsetting to me that they're not going to have Jumba and Pleakley being shown in their alien form, like, for the whole movie.
Yeah. What I'll say about
That's-
Nani,
Sucks. Yeah.
she looks too young.
But
She is young.
she is young. Like,
But
the
she
thing
doesn't. But in the anime movie, she doesn't look that young because
right,
she's
but she is.
but she's like she's the sister, but she's the mom. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, she's probably straight up like 18 or 17. Like,
but
honestly,
she looks
and
young. Like look how young the girl that's playing her looks.
That might. I mean, again, that could be an older picture too. She looks a little older in the trailer. I think it's gonna be good. However, that's
Look at
kind of what I
Lilo.
like about the Lilo casting is because I literally just watched the original Lilo and Stitch,
Okay.
and I remember thinking like Lilo is acting like a lot younger than I remember that character being.
She's very young.
And that's what I liked about like the actress that they chose for the live action, because she looks like she's like 5, which is what Lilo seems to be in that movie,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. But I hope they have her beating up that mean girl.
I think the
Still.
woman who voices the original Nani is gonna be in the second one.
She
as
is.
someone else, and she's also Cassandra from Wayne's World.
That's right.
But she's
Tia Leone?
yeah, something like that. Tia. She's
Tia
gonna,
Carrera.
Yeah.
Tia Leone's somebody
she's
else.
gonna be in it.
Oh
Yeah, that's
Tia
awesome.
Carrera.
Tia Carrera.
There's this game. Remember when Wordle took over the scene?
Mm-hmm.
So there's still some people out there playing Wordle.
Oh, big time.
There's this game now. I believe it's New York Times. Maybe it's not.
They got
It's
a bunch
called
of 'em.
Cryptical.
Oh,
Have you heard it?
Nope.
Dude, worst game of all time, dude.
okay.
Bunch of people I know are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It fucks my brain up every time. My brain was not created to like do this
Solve
game.
ciphers?
Yes, it's literally, dude. So the way that it works is it's like a sentence.
Uh-huh.
Like it just gives you a sentence. It's like it's like not a long, like a 5 to 6 word sentence. And there's all these little things, and there's no instruction on this. The only way you can know apparently is they put out a YouTube video every day that like breaks down how you get there. And the sentences are fucking Pull it up. I know what today's is.
What's it called?
Cryptical.
Do you know how to spell it?
Cryptical. CLE. Cryptical.
Okay.
Cryptical Daily.
Cryptical
Click that top one. Daily Cryptical. This might not be it. There's some. Yeah. Play.
Solve the daily cryptic crossword clue.
All right, dude. So like this. Read that.
Hollow man holds our sorrow.
So like you're supposed to then get a 5-letter word out of that sentence, and I'll explain the rules, like
Okay.
the ground rules. So in every sentence, either the first word or the last word is the definition, but it's like a loose definition.
Hold on, say that again.
Either the first word or the last word is supposed to be like
The definition of the answer word.
Yes. So either hollow or sorrow would be the definition. And then everything in between is considered wordplay. Or everything that's not the definition is considered wordplay.
Okay.
So if you want to cheat a little bit, you can click the exclamation point, or no, the question mark, and it'll give you which word is the definition.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the definition's sorrow. And then you have 3 guesses Wordle style to get what the word is.
Mm-hmm.
But the shit'll fuck you up. Because, like, can I tell you what I mean by wordplay? I'm going to give you the answer, though.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
So, like, the word, knowing that the definition's sorrow now, the word plays are hollow and holds.
How do you know that?
Because I know the answer to this one. But that's what I mean. You got to figure it out.
Okay, gotcha. So if I didn't know, if you hadn't just said that, I would be like, okay, so there's potential for some of these to be.
Well, usually, like, words like hollow and holds, like, if you play it enough, jump out to you because you know, like, those are,
Yeah.
like,
There's an alliteration that's not accidental.
yeah.
Okay.
Because, so you want the answer now and I'll explain it to you?
Yeah, sure.
No, not an alliteration.
Whatever.
So the answer is mourn. Type it in. MOURN.
Thank. 'Yep. 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 '
So the way that you get that is because mourn means sorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and hollow man, meaning you take the A out of man, holds our. MOURN.
Oh.
So that's what I mean by wordplay. So this one, like if you watch the video, they'll probably be like a pretty easy one today.
Right.
And some of them are fucking words I've never even heard of. Like that shit's impossible. Like I it's been about 2 weeks now since I've been not playing myself but following the playing of the game. And dude, I've yet to even come close to getting one.
This looks like a lot of fun.
So if you click the YouTube button in the top, I don't know if we can show this.
Whatever.
So like every day he explains it. So like you can click it.
Yeah.
It's this guy and he explains how he gets it. But you can also see like the one 2 days ago. In prime position, she hits fast theft.
Wow.
And like again, I don't know. I don't even remember it.
I can't even imagine trying it without
like scroll
the
down.
question mark.
Yeah. So like well, they do it because you know either the first word or the last word is always the definition.
Oh, right. I
Like
forgot
root
about that
for
rule.
big win after starter's exit.
Uh-huh.
I remember doing that one. And again, they were like, oh, same with men lost in gym or talking.
Is it bench or something for that one?
No, click it.
I don't know if that's the right amount of words.
He
or
does
letters.
it pretty because we can hear it. We'll be able to hear it, right?
Yeah, well, it'll come through the TV. It might not
Oh.
actually picked up on the mics, though. Oh, it's coming through the laptop. I don't want to watch this whole thing.
does
just
it pretty
in case
quick.
it's not getting picked up, though, on mic, though.
Well, my
Bless you.
sneeze at least will.
Okay.
So like if you
Nice.
watch these, he'll teach you like the clues.
Yeah. Wordplay. Uh-huh. Root for a big win after starter's exit. Oh,
Starters.
okay. No. Where's this guy?
And then
from?
watch how quickly.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Got it. Oh, that's sick.
And then the word is. Origin.
Huh.
Dude, this game, it's.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I might start playing this
It
now.
fucks me up every day. Andy.
Is there an app for it?
Nah,
on your phone?
I don't think so. I think it's just dailycryptical.com.
Gotta get an app. Don't
Bless
have an
you.
app, you don't have Andy. That's the law, brother. I don't make 'em.
Yeah, so that game's been really fucking me up. And also, New York Times does a mini crossword too.
Yeah, I know.
Have you done that?
No, my wife does it all those games every
Dude.
day. She does all
The
the New
mini
York Times
crossword I
games.
started, I'm horrible at it. So
Yeah.
it times you. So a bunch of the guys I work with, they speed run it every day. And like today, the guy got it in like
Jesus.
a minute and 20 seconds, and the
Wow.
other guy like it was like fuck, I'm stuck on this word. Took him like 3 minutes. 6:47. 6:47. It's hard, man. I'm not a.
I don't like crosswords.
I'm
I've
not
never
a word
liked
guy.
crosswords. I like words. I don't like crosswords.
But those
I
ones
don't
are supposed
care
to be
about
like.
'em.
I've actually enjoyed the mini crossword because they're supposed to be easy. So like I
Yeah.
can obtain it eventually, but again,
Yeah.
it takes me 7 minutes. Other people are out here doing it in fucking 30 seconds.
Damn.
7
What
minutes of
a
my day
life.
I'll never get back.
What a life.
Yeah.
Speed running. Damn, we used to be running outside. We used to be fucking smoking joints and slamming beers, but now we're speed running the crossword
the mini
puzzle,
crossword.
the mini
The New York
crossword.
Times mini crossword.
Oh, the times they are changing.
Oh, the times they are
Changing.
changing. Should we do the who would win of the week?
Yeah, we should. The who would win of the week this week is fuck, I forgot the one. Hold on. Okay, got it. The who would win of the week this week is Jeremy Wade from River Monsters versus Commodore Norrington from the Pirates of the Caribbean films. Let me pull up a picture of
So
both
can
these,
I ask
man.
you a question about Commodore Norrington?
Of course.
Is Norrington the one that
He's the one who
he
wants
comes
to
back
yeah, after he's kind of been like kicked out already.
when
But he's
they
the one
find
who's
him in Tortuga?
Yeah.
Yes.
in the second or third movie. But so this is my boy
Yes.
for all the people watching. This is Commodore Norrington. He's the one who wants to marry Elizabeth Swann in the first one.
And then they find him in Tortuga in the third one? Dead Man Tells No Tale? No, at
What is the
Earth's
third
End.
one?
It's the one
At
with
World's
Davy
End,
Jones.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Davy Jones is in the second and the
But it's the
third.
one where he gets the black spot. Jack Sparrow gets the black spot.
That's number 2 then. That's Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, because he goes to Tortuga to look for a crew.
Yeah.
So it's number 2 then.
Which he does do that, and I think
No, but he
all
does it
movies.
because he needs to sacrifice 99 souls to Davy Jones, including William Turner making 100 in order to consider his debts repaid.
right
because-
classic.
He sends Will Turner to pay his debts. I did watch that movie last night.
Did
That's-
you really?
It was on TV. It was on Sci-Fi.
I watched the first one whenever I texted you to do
Yeah.
Commodore Norrington.
I figured.
And then, of course, this is Jeremy Wade from the wonderful Discovery Channel program River Monsters. Now, here's the thing. Jeremy Wade, I mean, just look at even a few of these images of him. And if anyone's watched the show, they know for sure. Like, he's getting his hands dirty is like, that's task number 1 of the day. He's fully in there. And look at how long he's been doing it. Look at how young he is there fishing those river monsters.
But that's what I think you're
He's a man's
That's
man.
what I think you're missing here is Commodore Norrington was like one of the highest ranked officials in the Royal Navy. Which
And then he
was,
fucking blew it.
well, yeah, for love. And
No.
then he was able to then survive Tortuga and then become a pirate of sorts.
Barely. He was a drunkard and a scoundrel.
That's so a pirate.
But he was like, but even if you watch a scene in Dead Man's Chest where they meet Commodore Norrington again after he's fallen down on his luck, he's so much more gross looking than Gibbs, for example, or
That's
Jack
fi-
himself too.
Exactly. You're talking about not afraid to get his hands dirty. Listen,
but
if you would have asked me this before,
but that's Commodore Norrington at the rock bottom of his life.
Andy, you're not letting me get.
I know, and
thoughts
I
out.
apologize, but that had to be said.
But you're thinking about it. Okay, here's the thing. If that's the case, you can say that. Fine. Sometimes people need to hit rock bottom. And somebody at rock bottom, when people are at rock bottom, Andy, they're fucking dangerous. All right? They are dangerous. Jeremy Wade, listen.
Would you say?
Think-
Would
really,
you say?
really,
Would you
really,
say?
really,
Would you say
really,
a man at rock
really,
bottom
really,
would be
really,
considered? Could
really,
be considered
really,
a monster?
Really?
Would you
really,
say that
really,
a man?
Really?
who
I
is
wasn't
now,
mid fucking sentence. I wasn't mid
well,
sentence.
well. Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, but the difference is, Andy, is I was gonna make a valid point.
And I didn't realize that.
I'll even start. I
think we
already
should
forgot where I
call
was
this
going.
segment "Here's the Thing." I think we should change the name from the Who Would Win to "Here's the Thing" because we both say that. I mean, if you go back, we clip these out for YouTube, and they'll be like between usually 4 and 10 minutes long, I would say. And if you counted the number of times that in like a 7-minute Who Would Win segment that both of us say, "Here's the thing," I mean,
Well, here's the thing, Andy.
yeah.
Here is the thing.
Here's the thing. This week's Here's the Thing.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm getting fed up with this fucking dude today. Here's the thing, Andy. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll touch on your point first because I don't even remember where I was going with my point. Yes, you could consider somebody at rock bottom, like Commodore Norrington, a monster. Here's the thing about the show River Monsters that you probably don't understand that I do because I've watched more River Monsters than probably most people on Earth have. There's full hour-long episodes of River Monsters that end, and Jeremy Wade never catches the fucking fish. All right? So that's step one. Here's thing number two. Jeremy Wade is obviously not afraid to get his hands dirty. I'm not knocking Jeremy Wade for what I'm about to say because I have nothing but the utmost respect for that man.
Yeah, he's the man.
One, he has the coolest fucking job ever. And he's done some shit. It wasn't him, but one of his crew members got struck by lightning one time.
Oh, yeah, I remember that
Canoe
story.
in the Nile.
There's a video of that, isn't there?
Yeah, it was
I
on the
remember
show. So, like, he's put himself at serious risk to catch these fishes.
Yeah.
I've seen him jump in the fucking Congo, rip and wrap it. And
Yeah,
like,
there's that one where he gets in the river with the piranhas.
yeah, to prove that they won't eat him.
Yeah.
But like, he does
'Cause
a
they
lot of
respect him too
he does a
much.
lot of reckless shit.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know, he does have a crew and like a medical staff and all that stuff with him,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess you could make the argument Commodore Norrington on a Navy vessel would have some of those similarities.
Yeah.
But also, he had them back when there was fucking what was that, the 1600s? What did we say?
Oh, God.
What do we call that, the 16s?
I wanna
Emily, is that the
say-
16s?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I want to say that
Well, 'cause
it
it was
was
Indian Trading Company?
because it was
the way
pre-America.
the way those British dudes are dressed. Yeah, like before
Yeah.
the 13 colonies.
Yeah, pre-13, pre the OG 13. But Jeremy Wade just looks like a bruiser to me, whereas Commodore Norrington, despite being
Dude,
a
I
naval,
nailed it. 1650 to 1726 is their rough
that's the
estimate. I
pirate.
fucking
That's a
nailed it.
pirate. Perfect.
So I'm not done.
Okay, neither was I. But I guess that doesn't matter.
Because I was still.
Whatever.
Yes, he might have also had crew,
Mm-hmm.
but one, he wasn't in those fancy quarters that Elizabeth's dad was in.
He was living pretty well, though.
But he didn't. Even his resources on that ship were significantly worse than what Jeremy Wade's resources are.
Well, we're talking resources. We're talking crews and
Yeah,
things.
because
I mean,
we're talking
that's
about
all-
what people can endure
Right.
or what they have endured.
Okay. No,
Because
that's-
again, Jeremy Wade again would probably go out and do this on his own. He's probably not asking for those resources.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is he has them.
Mhm.
And at some point, when you have all those luxuries constantly given to you, you get a little soft. It's just human nature.
Fair.
Andy, not only did Commodore
God.
Norrington not have the same resources, but then when they were completely stripped away, that is so disrespectful of you.
Sorry.
But then once they were stripped away, he still survived, rock bottom or not, brother.
Wow. You make a lot of good points for Norrington.
And again, yeah, and I'm saying this because if you ask me post Pirates of the Caribbean Black Pearl, Curse of the Black Pearl, what's it called?
Yeah.
Pirates
That's the first
1.
one. Yep.
I would say fuck Norrington, Jeremy Wade all day.
Yeah.
Just out of hate for Commodore Norrington. And I don't like him in the second movie, but I think he proved something to us that you're letting your first movie bias and his failed naval career and failed love for Elizabeth sway you towards Jeremy Wade because Jeremy Wade is a prominent figure that everybody in the world loves. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, don't count Norrington out. I'm not saying he wins yet, but don't count him out. It's a good match.
Okay, don't count him out. But you're telling me at the end of the day, he and Jeremy Wade square off to each other. I mean, at this point, everything's been said and done. It's just an exchange of blows. You tell me Jeremy Wade's not knocking his fucking block
No,
off?
I don't think so.
Really?
Because here's the thing, like again, Jeremy Wade, relatively good shape, like
Yeah.
does a lot of like puts himself tests himself, but again, Andy,
Look at this little fucker.
I know, but that again, this is what you're not thinking about. Think about what it took to get there. He wasn't just born into that position. He
might have been.
He wasn't born. Norrington's backstory wasn't being born with a silver spoon up his wahoo. Okay, he grinded to become, a very high ranking of the Royal Navy. They didn't just hand that to him, Andy.
Oh, listen. Okay, this question here, one of the top questions, or the very top question about Commodore. What is the age difference between him and Elizabeth Swann? Okay, point for Jeremy Wade right there. Jeremy Wade, not a pedophile. Now, James Norrington, to call him a pedophile, was he?
So-
no, but he did know Elizabeth since she was like in the first scene of Pirates. Elizabeth Swann is
say-
like 11 years old, and he is already running a ship.
That is, that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But different time. In the sense of he was marrying he was trying to marry royalty so that it could enhance his career. Hence why it's proving
she's not royalty. Her dad's the governor of.
But yeah, but
marrying someone in high society.
Yes.
That's what you do. Yes.
Because he's trying to continue his promising naval career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, proves that he wasn't born with a silver spoon up his ass. He worked his way there.
I like your points for all these. But still, when it comes right down to the fisticuffs of it all, there's no way. As much of a sailor as this guy is, I mean, there's no way Jeremy Wade's not beating the hell out of him.
This segment is based on fact, right? We do this to find answers based on fact.
That's right.
Have you ever seen Jeremy Wade get into a fight?
With a fish?
Have you ever seen him fight it? I got to be
Human?
careful with what I say because I don't necessarily want to say human.
Okay.
Because Commodore Norrington fights Davy Jones's crew, which
all
are
those guys.
somewhat
They're like
fishy,
fish
but they
people.
have limbs. These fish don't have opposable thumbs.
That's true.
That Jeremy Wade's fighting.
True.
And he's also not fighting them in hand-to-hand combat. He's fighting them with a rod.
I appreciate all of your. Here's the thing. I appreciate all of your arguments for Norrington, and I'm glad that you're saying them. And I'm not saying that any of them are wrong. Maybe some of them are, but Jeremy Wade, I don't think there's any argument that you can make, no matter how logical, to me, that says when it's knuckle on knuckle, Jeremy Wade is winning.
Yeah.
That's
because
just it.
You don't play the game with integrity. I am a bigger Jeremy Wade fan than you've ever been in your life.
That's very true.
But I play this game with integrity, and I will sit here and say that I think Commodore Norrington wins this fight. To the point where I will call you out, because we were texting about this, and your exact text was Jeremy Wade, ? He'd kill him, though.
Yeah, he'd kill James Norrington.
And I'm telling you right now, and the second you said that, I was like, dude, I'm about to cook Andy with straight facts and logic and history.
Which I love. Those are you're listing things that I love.
Apparently not. Make your final selection.
I'm picking Jeremy Wade, man.
I'm picking Commodore Norrington.
The king of the river monsters.
Vote on that on Instagram on Friday. Who would win of the week? Commodore Norrington from Pirates versus Jeremy Wade, host and star of River Monsters. Which, dude, what a good fucking show, dude.
Top notch.
Arapaima. What do you know about Arapaima?
Not a thing.
Google.
Oh, God.
I don't know how to spell it.
Arapaima.
Google Jeremy Wade Arapaima, because that'll at least. Dude.
Matthew. Arrow.
Yeah, Arapaima.
Arapaima.
Dude. This guy has this battle with these fucking Arapaimas.
Yeah, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, but do you know how many episodes there are in River Monsters about fucking Arapaima? Because he couldn't fucking land a monster.
Yeah, but eventually he did, which again is similar to your Norrington point about
resilience. No, I'm not disagreeing. But again, if that fish had arms and legs, it would beat the shit out of Jeremy Wade.
I mean, it's still pretty tough. I mean, that's all muscle right there, you know.
That one is, and also one of that top. No, scroll up.
This one.
That one right there is like an Arapaima farm. Like they just went in there and netted one, and it still did fuck. Maybe not that guy. One of his guys up because I think they like really. Muscular, and it like hit him in the ribs and fucked him up.
That's the thing. You got to be so strong to do this kind of fishing. That's what I thought.
Endurance-wise, because you have long fights with the fish,
yeah.
You know. But I mean, again, you're using a mechanical creation that was designed to help make what you're doing easier.
So, his fists were also designed to make knocking out Commodore Norrington easier.
We already locked it in.
Yeah, we locked it in.
Andy,
way to make that a good argument. What a convincing argument, though. Yeah. Not for me, but in general, generally speaking, though. Very, yeah, well, that's something you can't. Yeah. There's no solution for.
All right, what you got?
Oh, geez. Okay, let's see. I don't have anything really good.
Give me one thing. Give me the best thing you got.
Well, that's nothing. I don't have anything that's the best. But here's what I guess I'll go on this though. You know when you go to a place.
Is this a Seinfeld bit?
No. You know when you go to like a hotel probably, and there's a piano, but the piano's all roped off. Why do they do that? Why is every piano roped off? I know they don't necessarily want people like kids or anything going all crazy on it.
Exactly.
But
why.
then have a sign that says no kid. But if I know how to play the piano,
If you-
then I should be able to sit down at this piano and play it. Why would you have that just sitting? I don't like the idea of a piano being used as a piece of furniture because it's a musical instrument.
See,
and it creates a lot of joy.
Here's the thing. I agree with you in some senses, and I don't want to take the side of Big Hotel, but here's what I'll say is I think roped off pianos are still fair game to be played if you know how to play the piano. Like if you see a roped off piano but you know how to play the piano, you can go sit down and tickle the ivory. That's not a problem. I would assume.
I don't know, man.
I think so.
I've never seen it happen.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I
because there's
think-
not that many people that tickle the ivory well enough to have the confidence to step over the rope.
Right, you do.
Because they don't want somebody hot cross buns, like either, you know what I mean? Like, but if
Yeah.
you know how to tickle the ivory, if you can make it sing, baby, nobody's gonna stop you from throwing two legs over that rope and sitting down on that bench.
My
and
worry
tapping the
is
pedals.
that they might, because I think that
I
at
don't
a
think
lot
so.
of these hotels, or at a lot of
Because
any,
I think
any
what
business,
you're wait, and I remember where I was going though.
Okay.
I know I'm cutting you off, but it's because I do have to finish my point.
here's the thing.
And it's that I get what you're saying, because what I agree with is I don't think pianos are furniture. I think I have more of a problem with people that have them in their house that nobody knows how to play them. Like nobody in their house knows how to play a piano, but they have a piano. Like, what do you got to fucking
It depends. I mean, if it's like an antique that's been
But-
handed down,
At hotels, I don't think they're always furniture. Like I think back to like hotels that we've been at, and at like the hotel bar on like a Thursday night, they'll have somebody in there.
yeah,
singing
they'll
or playing the
have
piano.
somebody.
And yeah, so yeah,
That's not what I'm talking about,
but-
though. I'm talking about when there's
No.
just like a piano sitting around, not in like a
no, I know, but
an
I'm saying,
entertainment space
yeah, it
necessarily.
might be 6 nights a week. It doesn't get used, but there might be one, or it might even be twice a month. You know what I mean? It might not get as much use as you'd like it to, but most of the time, I don't think they're just furniture, or were not brought in originally to be just.
Maybe not originally. I think that's possible, that a lot of the pianos at these hotels are like left over from when they did have a piano
But
player or
I
something like
I
that.
strongly believe that if you do know how to play the piano, the rope doesn't stop you.
Really.
Yes.
I like that. I mean,
Because if you're
I would like to live
dude,
in a world
I-
where that's true.
if you're like, dude, I can really play the piano.
Yeah.
If you sit down and start tickling the ivory, chill.
Right.
Nobody's gonna be like, dude, stop.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like, wow, this guy's really good. Like, let's listen to him play the piano. And that's my take on pianos in hotels.
Well, it's a good call, but I think that even if you are a great piano player, if you see it roped off, there's a part of you. But this is a difference now
Because
between
I don't-
like playing
Is there a sign? Wait a minute. Is there a rope and a sign, or just a rope?
just a rope.
Fair game.
Wow.
If there's a sign that says "Do not touch
Well,
piano,"
yeah, of course. Then you're not
but if
gonna
it's
touch it.
just a rope, because again, most of those ropes, almost any adult can easily step over.
Yeah. I mean, you can get around the ropes. So the ropes aren't there to
Yeah,
keep you
and
out.
a
They're
lot-
just to say stay away.
Well, it's a deterrent from people that don't know how to play the piano.
Right.
But if you know how to play the piano and you enjoy doing it, you're gonna be willing to find your way around the rope.
Well, I would hope so. But I mean, listen, if I played the piano really well,
But you don't.
no, I don't. But if I did, if I learned tomorrow how to play the piano great, all of a sudden, and I don't think I'm the only one that would feel this way, I would be like, I don't think I would have the, well, actually I would, but I'm not sure how comfortable I would be necessarily removing the rope and going through, because that's a no-no zone.
But that's
Why would you have a-
that's
why
what
would you have a
that's
rope
what I'm
overall?
saying is I think people that are good enough at the piano to
Know that
to
they're
be
good
willing to sit down at the piano
I don't know.
in a public space are willing to pass the rope.
And I certainly hope so, because I think we'd all be better off for it. All I'm saying is free the keys. Free the keys. Stop putting ropes
I got
on
a
pianos.
piano.
Free the keys.
I got a piano.
Yeah.
It's a keyboard.
It's a keyboard.
I
Just
put
great
it
for
away
the home.
finally because nobody had played it in a long time. So I packed it
Dang.
up, put it on a shelf. Probably will never come down again unless you want to come over and learn.
Send it my way. I'll do something with it.
Things
Bring
are-
it in here.
These things are expensive.
Well, try using it.
We could put funny sounds on it.
Yeah, we put funny sounds on it.
I've
Finally!
been asking for a soundboard.
Since the very beginning.
But
And
it's a
all you
big
have to do is go in
piano.
together. So you put it right in front of you.
I
But
would just
it'll
like
fit.
I
It'll
would like
fit.
a little soundboard though.
Get one. You gotta get one. We can hook it up. It's a
Emily.
soundboard.
Can you order me a soundboard?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.